What's up, it's you? For today's video, we're a full World Shinies Pokemon team. Particularly shinies that do not really change at all compared to their non-shinies. Now, there's quite a few Pokemon that could actually fit this mold, and I picked some 6 random ones from a suggestion. If you do want to check me out on Twitch, people, this is where I do all my theme things, Pokemon sweeps, shiny hunts, all other forms of salty entertainment. The link in the description of the video below. Come and drop me a follow there. So I've got 2 battles with the shinies, or it's almost like a look-alike normal and shiny team. They're very, very close. There's a lot of them, right? And if there's one you think's particularly disappointing, leave below in the comment section. I'd love to see what you say. Okay, we got a battle here. We got a Blissey lead, and I can tell you what, my friends, this is a pretty interesting matchup. This is a battle against Juggernaut, and we got a Duster lead. So this Blissey, it's a focus punch set, but more on that one later, right? We're gonna go into Gengar. Now, also, I gave the Pokemon appropriate nicknames as well, just a little bit of low-key sarcasm. So we got the Gengar here, and I can't do anything about that. So I have to do like a swap, and then another swap, and then another swap into Togekiss. So this is a choice banded hustle Togekiss, and then my opponent swap. It's like musical Pokemon chairs at the moment. Now we got the Lopunny coming in right here, and this Togekiss, as I mentioned, is a choice banded set. So on this one, I've got Drain Punch, Aerial Ace, Zen Headbutt, and Extreme Speed, Max Speed, and Max Attack. So yeah, with Togekiss's attack, it's alright, it's not amazing, but with Hustle and Choice Band, it does hit fairly hard. Also, you can do stuff like Dynamax and Max Knuckle and, Max Airstream if you want to as well. So, of course, I got a Hustle miss the first go, and Lopunny is going to go for a Hyper Voice here. Now, the item of the Lopunny has got a Throat Spray, so the next move is going to hit me fairly hard there. So over for Drain Punch here, it landed. Look at the damage that did. Unfortunately, it didn't take Lopunny, but man, that was very, very impressive right there coming off Togekiss's attack run. So I get all the health back there. Here comes an Ice Beam from the Lopunny here. Now, Lopunny hits me very, very hard with that one, putting me only on 21 health with a crit. So it was a good thing there that I got that health back from Drain Punch. Like, imagine if I missed that next Drain Punch, the crit would have easily taken me out, right? So Togekiss going to get a little bit of health back there, and the Lopunny is going to be no more. Now, the next Pokemon I come out here against my Togekiss is going to be the Hitmon hot top, right? So it's going to go for a Fake Out. Fake Out is not going to be enough to take it out. I lived on 4 health. It was very, very close. Now they're going to withdraw the Hitmon top, and the next Pokemon to come in against my Togekiss is going to be Incineroar. So Incineroar is going to have the Intimidate ability, right? And that's going to be dropping my attack. I still went for a Drain Punch here against Incineroar, and if you look at the damage, that's very, very impressive. That's still a 2-hit KO after a -1 in attack, which is very, very impressive, right, considering, right, they must be running no bulk whatsoever. So here we got another Fake Out here. Fake Out is not going to be enough to take out this Togekiss. This Togekiss will just not faint at the moment. They've got a Shell Bell, and I could go for another Drain Punch here. However, we got the Incineroar swapping out here. I thought the Duster may come in eventually, and it did. It's like, okay, I mean, Togekiss had a pretty good run right there, you have to admit, right? So Duster's not going to be affected by the Drain Punch, and I'm going to be pretty much forced to swap out here, right? So bye-bye Togekiss. I might bring that back in later on if I need to. So going into the Regice now, another Pokemon that has like a shiny that looks exactly the same as an old one. So, I mean, I must say, I do like, I guess I already like Regice's like coloring already, so even though it's a very subtle change, I don't mind it, but it's still a shiny that doesn't change at all. Like, Gengar's is just disappointing. I mean, Ghasty's is good. Haunter's not bad either, but Gengar's is really disappointing. I guess that's why they gave Gengar like a cool looking like G-Max and Mega and that sort of things, right? So this is a physical set here, right here. We've got Max Health and Max Attack, Adamant Nature. I've got the normal gem as the item. I've got Avalanche. I've got Explosion. I've got Earthquake and Dynamic Punch, right? So Duster is going to be going down there to the physical Regice. Now, Blissey's is just disappointing as well. So, yeah, pretty much. And Togekiss, once again, it only changes like, it's maybe a tiny little saturation. Same with Blissey, right? So in comes the Incineroar. Incineroar is going to get blocked by the Clear Body. However, Incineroar will outspeed my Regice and take me out the Drain Punch there. I didn't really see a point in actually swapping out there. I only had like a little bit of health, so that is all good. Now I can actually bring in my Togekiss here, and I could possibly go for a Drain Punch, and that will take it out, because if you remember the damage I did to it earlier on, that could work, right? So coming back into the Togekiss right here, I've got Drain Punch ready to go. There's no dust nor sneaking around. I actually changed my mind and went for the airway set in case I would miss, and it didn't miss, of course, and it lived on 1 health and got a thrash off. You wouldn't read about it, so bye-bye Togekiss, and of course the merge is available there. So Shell Bell giving Incineroar astronomical amounts of health back, and we're going to go into the Gengar. Now, this Gengar set was really cool. It was a Reflect-type physical set with Drain Punch and Mega Kick, right? So what I could do, right, is I could go for Reflect type, copy the opponent's type, and then I could go for either for Drain Punch or Mega Kick and Curse too, so I could use Curse outside of a Ghost type. I did use this set kind of similar in like another battle, but this one was like way more refined and much more effective, right? As you can see. So we're going to go for Reflect type on the Scissor. Scissor's going to go for a Flash Cannon. It's a special set. Very, very nice. And since I'm now a Steel type, I'm going to resist that, which is great. Now what I'm going to do, right, is go for Curse here. Now, Curse, instead of actually taking away half my health and putting a Curse on the opponent, is going to raise my attack and defense by 1 stage and drop my speed, which is fine. That's all good. I've got the Wide Herb as the item right there. So now I can go for a boosted Drain Punch. I mean, Gengar's attack isn't really great, right? But after a couple of Curses, I thought it would be pretty good. So I decided to start setting up Curse here, make the Gengar really, really bulky, right? The EVs on this Gengar were max speed and max attack. Now, I thought Mega Kick would be a good move to run on there in case I came across like a normal type, because Mega Kick's got like a lot of base power, and if I did, you know, transform myself into a normal type, I could have a very powerful stab Mega Kick there coming off Gengar, you know. I might get some decent damage after a couple of Curses. So Steel Beam is going to be Scissors' move here. I am going to be able to resist that. I guess they were holding back on that move because I didn't want to rinse like a lot of the health, but at this stage, Scissors was pretty much getting countered, and then I got a Curse Body. So I went for Drain Punch here, and that is going to be enough to take out the Scissor at the moment. So Gengar is doing a pretty good job. Its Reflect type is causing a lot of problems right now. I really, really like the move Reflect type. Very, very cool and interesting. So there's 2 more Pokemon left. The next Pokemon we got here is the Hitmontop. Now, we already know that it's got Fake Out, right? So we know that it's going to use that. And that's all good. Gengar's going to be able to live that easy. I've got a couple of Curses up, and I got a Curse Body, so it's not, well, it's not like I was going to be using it again, right? So what I thought, let's go for a Fake type this time on the Hitmontop, and they may go for a Fighting type move, and that'll be super effective. So they did, and guess what? It's not super effective right now, so I'm able to live 3 triple kicks. I lived on 1 health, the merchant available, people, and now I can go for the Drain Punch here with a +2 in attack. Is going to make the Gengar actually be able to get a lot of health back right there, live another triple kick, and take it out with another Drain Punch. But triple kick miss, and I can take the Hitmontop out with the Drain Punch. Man, that was such a crazy, like, that was so good. Like, perfectly executed Gengar with Reflect type right there. So definitely give Reflect type a go if you haven't already. Maybe, I just really like this Gengar strategy. It's not super, super powerful on the physical side, but it is fun to use. You can play some mind games, right? So the last Pokemon we've got here is going to be the Blaziken, and Blaziken is going to be their Dynamax Pokemon, right? Now, I know that Gengar will not be able to take Blaziken out. No way. At all, right? Now, I could actually go Reflect type and copy the typing of the Blaziken too, but I'm already going to have like Mega Kick and Drain Punch, so I thought, well, Drain Punch will be alright. I can get some health back with that. So I went for Drain Punch, did pretty good damage considering it's a Gengar, and I've only got +2 in attack. It's going to get most of my health back. Now, Blaziken is going to be going for a max Airstream here, and I was wondering how much it would do, and Gengar actually lived on 17 health, so I was able to live that just due to the defensive boost that I got from Curse like earlier on there, right? We got the Blaziken with Leftovers as the item too. Since it's got speed boost, it will be able to outspeed me the next turn and take Gengar out. But Gengar did a wonderful job there. It really shook up the opponent's team too, especially with the typing change, the health recovery from Drain Punch. It worked so well. It was very, very cool. So bye-bye Gengar, a very, very good effort right there. Now I'm itching just to use this Blissey. It's a Focus Punch set, but in this case, I wasn't really sure if I should swap it in here and just, you know, get rid of the opponent's Dynamax and use it as a sacrifice, or maybe use it later on in the game right after that, right? So I decided to go into Blissey, and I thought, let's roll the dice here, people. So this is a Thunder Wave, Focus Energy, Work Up, Sweet Kiss set. So I've got max health and max attack, Adam and Nature, right? Here comes a max Airstream on Blissey, and Blissey lives it well. It lives it very, very well right there. Now, what I'm thinking of doing right here is I just go for Thunder Wave, and then I can go for Focus Punch. Unfortunately, Thunder Wave misses. That really, really sucks right there. So, Blaziken is going to get out to get another attack off on me before I can even go for a Thunder Wave. And the problem is right now, since it's got so many speed boosts up already, it's probably going to be able to outspeed me even when it's paralyzed, you know what I mean? So before I go for another Thunder Wave again, they're going to go for Detect. Obviously, they're thinking, well, I want to make sure I've got enough speed to outspeed the rest of the Pokemon, even if I am paralyzed. So, and of course, some extra leftovers recovery on top of that as well, right? So I'm going to go for another Thunder Wave. They're going to go for a Bulk Up, so that's going to increase their attack and defense. So my Focus Punch, well, it's probably not going to be doing a lot of damage. Let's just say that, right? But, I mean, putting a Paralyze on Blaziken is going to be good, right? Because I may get a chance where I can have a Paralyze on the opponent and it could change like the battle, right? That is going to be very, very handy. If anything comes out of this matchup, that's going to be that. So I'm going to tighten my focus here, hoping that I get a Paralyze. Unfortunately, Blaziken is going to go for Body Slam now, squashing the Blissey, and Blissey is going to lose its focus here. Blaziken is pretty much back up to full health now, and it's got a +1 in attack and defense, which is bad. And it's got all those speed. It's pretty much a +6 speed now, right? So tightening my focus once again, and unfortunately Blaziken is not going to get paralyzed, and Blissey is going to get taken out by Body Slam. But do not worry, people. The Focus Punch Blissey comes back in the second battle. I can tell you what, it's hot. So we're going to go to Persian. This is a pretty cool set. We got Switcheroo with a Choice Scarf, Hypnosis, Double Team, and Spite. This set is all around giving the opponent a Choice Scarf and then simply spiting their PP away, and then they struggle, right? Persian isn't what you call probably the most bulky Pokemon, so I ran this one as max health and max speed, but man, it still wasn't really bulky there. I did get the leftovers, which is nice, but Brave Bird is doing a lot of damage, especially after the bulk up, right? So all I can do is go for the Spite. Blaziken is going to outspeed me there, and Spite is going to drop the PP of the Brave Bird there. It's a little bit of a shame that it isn't such a, like it's a lower PP move, something like, I don't know, like say example, at Fire Blast, like you would have got like rid of most of the PP right there, then I would have been forced to struggle. It would be very, very funny. Unfortunately, the Blaziken is going to get around that and go for a Brave Bird, and Persian is going to get taken out. But it is still locked into Brave Bird, so it's going to be forced to go for that move run. So next Pokemon, and the last Pokemon, is the Garchomp. Of course, Garchomp doesn't change at all. It's a very, very disappointing shiny when you compare it to Gible and Gabite. They're both really cool. This is a special set. We've got Fire Blast, Draco Meteor, Earth Power, and Surf. So we're into the last minute of the battle here. Here comes a Brave Bird. Garchomp is going to take that reasonably well. And we've got some recoil damage and rough skin damage on the Blaziken. Since this Blaziken is obviously not going to be bulky on the special side, I'm going to be hitting with a Surf and cleaning it up right there. And that, my friends, is the very first battle with the not so epic Shinies team. I'm not really sure what I'm going to call this video. I really don't, because I mean, I've done a worse Shinies team before, but I sort of based it around Shinies that I didn't like, that I didn't think, or like the people didn't like sort of like controversial signs that a lot of people liked and didn't like Espeon. Like, a lot of people don't like shiny Espeon, but some do, you know, it's like things like that. So anyway, we got another battle here. This one's against Hunt Down, and we got a Inteleon lead here. So I'm leading things off with my Regice this time. Now, Inteleon is always a scary Pokemon. I'm thinking right here, well, I've got Explosion. I could just explode in this, or I could go for Dynamic Punch here and maybe get a Confusion. Now, we got Inteleon swapping out here, right? And the Inteleon's going to be swapping into the Blaziken. Another Blaziken. Like, oh, here we go again. Now, Dynamic Punch is going to miss, which is very unfortunate. Then the Blaziken is going to swap out here, right? I went for Stomping Tantrum, and Altaria is going to come in here. So, it was a pure luck swap in right there. Altaria, I'm guessing, just wanting to swap in to sponge off the Dynamic Punch, right? We've got a Fury attack Altaria. I bet you this has got King's Rock. I bet you. So I went for the Avalanche here, and Altaria is not going to be living that one whatsoever there. But I'm thinking with Fury attack, right, that was definitely some sort of scummy King's Rock. Like that'd be something I'd do. Probably had like Dragon Dance as well. All right, next Pokemon, we got a Reggie battle. We got Regirock versus Regice here. So Ancient Power's not going to do a lot of damage to me. I went for Dynamic Punch here. So Dynamic Punch has very, very average accuracy there, but I got some good damage. So it's about, when you look at it, it's probably about a 4-hit KO, depending if I can get a Confusion, hidden, that sort of thing, right? Now, Regirock is going to get an Ancient Power here off again. I really don't want this thing to get another Ancient Power boost, because it'll become really, really bulky, fast, offensive, that sort of thing. Now, I missed a Dynamic Punch. At this stage, I'm thinking maybe I could just cut my losses there and go for an Explosion and bring another Pokemon in here. We got another Ancient Power, so I can probably leave like 2 more here. I went for the Stomping Tantrum, considering Dynamic Punch missed, which works really well in my set. And look at the sweet damage that it did right there. So I'm thinking right here, maybe I should go for Explosion because I'm probably going to go down this turn. And it hits itself for Confusion. It had to hit itself for Confusion this turn. I just exploded. I've got the normal gem as the item right there. And that should be enough to take out the Regirock, even though it resists. So it's a double KO. In hindsight, I probably should have gone for an attacking move right there, but I mean, Regirock could have easily hit me with a move and it would have been all over anyway. So it is what it is, people. So the Regi battle ended up in a draw. So we got the Inteleon swapping in here, and now we've got the Blissey. Watch this, people. This is content. So I've got Thunder Wave here, as you know, right? I've also got Work Up and Sweet Kiss. So the idea was to paralyze the opponent, give them a little kiss on the lips, you know, use Work Up a couple of times and spam Focus Punch Rock. So first things first, I need to paralyze the Inteleon. Yeah, so Inteleon is now paralyzed. So working on the assumption that Inteleon can get paralyzed so I can use Focus Punch. So now I'm going to go for the Sweet Kiss, and Sweet Kiss missed. Like, oh, that sucks so much, so I wasted a 10. Now, this is a physical Inteleon. Look how much Aqua Jet did, and it critted me too. Oh, no. So it's actually going to be able to get around my priority, which sucks. So you're giving Inteleon a nice little Sweet Kiss there. So now we've got Parafusion rolling. That doesn't mean Inteleon can't attack me. It means I've got a reasonable chance of it not happening. So tightening my focus there, hoping I can get a Focus Punch off on Inteleon, and it gets through again. I'm like, oh no, just give me one Focus Punch. That's all I'm asking, one Focus Punch. I want to see this amazing damage rate. So I got to tighten my focus again, hoping that Inteleon will be confused or paralyzed, something like that, right? And it's going to hit itself in confusion. Like, okay, great, that's awesome. Damage to the Inteleon. Now I can get my Focus Punch. Look at this content, people. Look at the amount of damage that did. Like, coming off Blissey's base attack, and I've got Shell Bell as the item too. This is a set you need to use, right? So tightening my focus again, right? And Inteleon snaps out of confusion and it gets paralyzed. I'm like, this is free real estate. So I could go for another Focus Punch right here. Look at the damage, by the way. And we've got over half health. That actually did quite a bit of damage compared to the other one. So getting some juicy Shell Bell damage there, I think it healed me for about one. Go for another Focus Energy here. Sorry, Focus Punch. And Inteleon is now going to go for a Aqua Jet, and Blissey is got one more chance. One more chancey. So I'm going to go for my final Focus Punch here on the Inteleon. And Inteleon's going to go for a Fell Stinger. Oh, it's a disaster. It's gone from content to an absolute disaster. So now the Inteleon is going to get a +3 in attack. And this is very, very bad. So a drastic attack, and it's been critting me every day of the week, right? So I need to take it out. All I've got left here is my Tokus, and it does have extreme speed. And I've got the Choice Band, but I also have Airways. I decided to go for the Airways instead. Ice Shard hits me very hard. I lived on 2 health. 2 health of the crit. You wouldn't read about it. And now I can go for the Airways here. Since I got the Choice Band, it's not going to miss. And Inteleon is going to go down. Wow, that was incredible. Like that, I don't know. Just the things that happened in the last 2 minutes, they were crazy. Next Pokemon out here is the I nearly called that Regirock. Man, that's actually fire. Anyway, so Metagross is going to come in there and take me out with a Solar Confusion there. So Confusion Metagross. Now, I'm thinking it's probably got other moves, so the Metagross is going to try and confuse me. Then it's probably got some other moves along with it too. It sounds like a very scummy set. So bringing in my Garchomp here, much change. Wow, amazing. I could go for a Fire Blast or Earth Power here, and either one of these moves will do some good damage there, right, against Metagross. I went for the Fire Blast here. Metagross is going to slide out, and we've got the Chansey come in. So I'm thinking, wow, I cannot do anything to Chansey. Like, look at that. Look at the damage that did. It was like horrendous. So I was like, you know what? I'll go for the Draco Meteor here. I've got max speed, max special attack. I've got the Eject Pack as the item, so I'll just do a bit of damage, and the stat drop will eject Garchomp out of the battle and into another Pokemon. So it's some damage was better than none, right? And I felt like I wouldn't be using that against Metagross anyway, right? So we're going to go into the Gengar, and this is where I'm thinking think about this. I might be able to go through Reflect type, turn Gengar into a normal type, and go for a stab Mega Kicks. This will be so good. So Chansey is going to be my little target here to go for Reflect type, and I've got Mega Kick. Unfortunately, Chansey is going to swap. I'm like, no, my dreams are crushed, and Blaziken is going to be coming in here, right? Now, we're going to Reflect type the Blaziken. This is almost deja vu of like the last battle, like with the Blaziken and stuff like that. It's funny how that happens with battles and stuff. Like, you have a battle, then the opponent will have a certain Pokemon, then the next opponent will have a certain Pokemon as well. And we're going to go for Curse here, boosting my attack and defense, and the White Herb is going to kick in there, so it makes sure I'm not going to have any speed drops. Now we got another Blaziken with bulk up as well. Like, that's 2 back-to-back. It's crazy. And they're going to have speed boost as well. So it's almost like the same Blaziken here. All it needs is leftover. So wait for the Mega Kick, and it missed. No! And now Blaziken is going to go for a bulk up here. And as it goes for bulk ups, my attack is going to be doing less and less and less and less. So Gengar is kind of walled at the moment here. There's not a lot it can do. Now, the Blaziken's going to go for a double kick here since I'm, able to be hit there. Double kick does a lot of damage to me. Another double kick will take me out. Mega kick finally connects, but unfortunately, it has a lot of bulk up, so it's not going to do much. Now, the Blaziken has leftovers. Wow, the Blaziken from like leftovers, and the other one had bulk up too. Like, that's crazy. Like, such similar sort of builds. So at this stage, I've got to cut my losses there. Let's swap the Gengar out. I might be able to use that against a Chansey later on. And let's go into Garchomp here, right? Now, Garchomp does have Earth Power. I mean, what's going to swap in, right? Metagross ain't going to swap into that. And I believe Chansey's going to be the only one. So I swapped into this because I knew the double kick was coming my way. It did a lot on my health, but I got a couple of rounds of Rough Skin. So I was pretty happy about that, right? Now, at this stage, I was thinking, well, another double kick is going to take my Garchomp out here. Maybe I could swap into my Gengar and get around that, because I don't know what other attacking move this Blaziken actually has. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay in and go for Dynamax Garchomp here. Live the double kick. Will take some damage from Rough Skin and then take them out with whatever Dynamax move I can do. Like, I could do Max Quake. I could do, Max Whirlwind. Any of those moves will do really, really well. Right? I know that Chansey will come in after this, but I see this Blaziken as probably the most threatening Pokemon, as it is. I haven't seen much of the Metagross set. So instead of attacking me, the Blaziken is actually going to go to sleep. So is this I think this might be a rest, sleep talk, double kick, bulk up set. It is. I bet you it is. So go for the Max Quake here on the Blaziken. Coming off Garchomp's special attack, it actually takes it out nearly in one shot, which is very, very impressive right there. So getting a special defense boost, very, very nice. Now, I know this is going to go for, even if it gets a sleep talk off, right, it's actually going to take itself out with the Rough Skin. So I actually hope the Blaziken attacks me. And that'll be fine. I mean, the only benefit to it not attacking me is I can get another, special defense boost, right? So here comes the sleep talk on the Blaziken, and it's going to be going for a bulk up. So that's not going to change the battle too much. So probably a better outcome, because I got another, free special defense boost there if I went for that. So we're going to go for Max Quake. That's going to give me +2 on the special side. Now, if the Metagross does have something I'm trying to think of the Metagross's special moves. The only move that can really hit me hard with Metagross would be something like Icy Wind. That's the only ice special move that it gets, right? So if I get hit by that, I should be good to go, right? Next Pokemon is the Chansey. I kind of guess this will be the case. I'm going to go for the Max Flare here, right? I've got an idea. So I thought if I go for the Max Flare, get the stun up, I might be able to use that against the Metagross with Fire Blast, right? Or something like that. Now, Blissey's going to go, Chansey is going to go for the Attract right here. It's going to attract my Garchomp. Now, Garchomp, that was its last turn in Dynamax as well. I cannot do anything to that at all, so I'm going to be swapping out, and we're going to go back into the Gengar, because I might be able to get that Reflect-type Mega Kick off now, right? And I might be able to get the Drain Punch up too. That'd be very, very good. So Chansey's going to go for a Softball there, which is going to get it all the way back to full health. So this has got Attract and Softball is what I've seen so far. So going for a Reflect-type, and Gengar is going to be turning into a normal type now, which is brilliant. So here comes Work Up from the Chansey. It's going to be trying to boost its stats. So now what I can do, right, is I can go for a Stab Mega Kick on Chansey. Now, I don't know what sort of EVs this has. I decided to go for Drain Punch first to see how much it actually would do. So Drain Punch was great. That's going to give me some health sustain back there, because Gengar was looking a little bit average there. Plus, Chansey's got so much health. It's a present set. It's a work-up present set. You wouldn't read about it. So go for the Mega Kick there on the Chansey, and it takes it out almost. It's very, very close. Now, the next present is going to miss right there, and the sun is going to fade. Now, I think, speaking of the move present, for Christmas, I should do an updated Delibird sweep with present. With present only! What do you reckon? That'd be maybe too hard, but maybe I should do that. I've done a Delibird sweep 7 or 8 years ago, and I did use present. I think I used it once, and then I used some other attacking moves. But I could possibly do that, right? Maybe an idea, maybe you want to see that. So the last Pokemon we got here is going to be the Metagross. As you know, Gengar is only got Drain Punch and Mega Kick, so it won't be doing a lot of damage to Metagross, right? And that's okay, because I do have my Garchomp in the back too. I've got Earth Power, and then I've also got Fire Blast too. But I'd say this will probably go for a max, probably, I don't know, maybe a max Minus Bomb. I'd say that's what I'm going to, maybe it could go for a max Steel Spike as well. So I'm going to go Drain Punch, going to do not very much damage there. Here comes the max Steel Spike. I'd have to say this is coming off like Flash Cannon or something like that, and Gengar is going to go down. We are down to the last, we go down to the last 50 seconds of the battle here, right? Now, what I was thinking about doing, right, is going to the Guard Chomp, attacking this, and taking it out here, right? So I went for Earth Power. It didn't take it out. All I've got left is a Choice Scarf Persian. So I would have had to trick the Metagross, the Choice Scarf there, and try and take it out with the Spite. Who knows who would have won the last battle due to the annoying 20-minute timer. I mean, you can take your guesses. You've seen what the Persian set is. Metagross only had a little bit of health, but I had no attacking moves. So it would have been quite interesting to see the outcome of this battle. But thank you for the battle hunt. Hope you enjoyed the not-so-changing shiny team, and I'll catch you tomorrow for another video. Peace out.